Call Lord Yahweh Shem Al Shai. Double honors to Apostle Elders in New York, GMS. Salutations to y'all around the world that's teaching the truth. Putting your lives on the line for it and showing to you serious Aqua. My name is Maya Kaala, Buttongad with Chicago branch, Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we're not black Hebrew Israelites. Black's a color, not a nationality. Nobody's on the earth black. Alright, it's defunct. This website, alright, with brown skinned people. Alright, the Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, speckled birds, sprouted broad, speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their father's paternal bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. We're not affiliated with any violent militant terrorist groups. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. Alright, so we're just gonna jump into it, right? This guy, this thoughts, camera, action. Alright. He got a video 12 chart accurate, inaccurate. Alright, so it's the usual so-called Native American are Israelites. The light-skinned so-called Native Americans, not Israelites. Those that teach the 12 chart, we ignore the so-called Afro-Latinos and throughout the diaspora, which we don't. Alright. Matter of fact, we got a brother in Costa Rica, he's so-called Afro-Latino, that's teaching, and some brothers reported going to Brazil that they seen brothers in Brazil teaching, man. So, matter of fact, we got camp in Nigeria, we got camp in Ghana. We converse brothers back and forth in Africa, man. So, Jake, you don't know what the hell going on. Always sleep with other heathen women, that's a thing that's said through this video, man. So, this guy carnal, man. You can see right here, we are not Israelites, neither from Moab or Ammon. We come from Japhet. It's already what I call the Japhet band-aid. They can't tell what nation or group they put that Japhet band-aid or that stamp on it. All right, but thank you for asserting us Gentiles into your identity. First of all, according to the Most High know who his children are, man. You can't insert anybody. All right, let me get this right here. All right. You know who his children are, man. Amos. All right, let me get this right here. Revelation. You know who Israel are, man. All right, get this on Revelation 3 and 7. All right, on the earth like gonna get this, regardless of what they look like. It said Revelation 3 and 7 to the angel of church in Philadelphia write these things, said he that is holy, he that is true, he that had the key to David. It's talking about Yahweh, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth. Right? So Yahweh only get this knowledge into Israel, man. Right? Nobody else. All right, Amos 9:11. All right. It says right here, Amos 9:11. It says, "What in that day will I raise up the let me see. Yeah, that's a lot. Amos 9:9. It says, "For lo, I will command, I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as a corn is sifting the sieve, and yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth." Right? So y'all know whose children are, man. You can't serve anybody within the nation of Israel. All right? Those scoffers, man. You don't realize that. You don't study scriptures, right? So let's get back to this, all right?
Yeah, this our native Indians is
all right. It says Ecclesiastes 11:7-8. It said, "Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk." But he's clearly in violation of that. Because he made this 3-hour video. 3-hour, couple minutes, second video. Just pure folly, man. And this guy, look at him, man. All right, because he wouldn't be doing this. All right, man, look at it. He got long braided hair, looking like a woman. All right, get this right here. Here first. 11. All right, 11:24. But he won't come against us. T. Joe was right. He don't get himself right. It said 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 4. It said when he had no, it's not it. It's not it. Let's see. Yeah, here you go right here. 1 Corinthians chapter 11:14. You know, Salak, it said, do not even nature's self teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him. All right, you need to cut your braids, man. You need to go study more. All right. As a matter of fact, in video, he got Oriental Indian. Matter of fact, Oriental means from the east, man. All right. Mongoloid, that's a racial classification by Esau, man. All right. Well, matter of fact, the Asians hold them up. They was very dark skinned, so they had woolly hair. Matter of fact, it go right here. It says, this from the book, the Negro Question, Part 4, page 57. All right. It says, right here, it's talking about Benjamin Franklin. The title, America's a Land Opportunity. Author Benjamin Franklin, 1751. Subject, why increase the sons of African America? All Africans tawny, black, meaning brown skin. Asians chiefly tawny, black. America exclusive new corners, wholly so. He said in Europe, the Spaniard, French, Italian, Russian, Swedes were generally called swarthy, black complexion, so also German. This is what Benjamin Franklin said about Asia, man. All right. As a matter of fact, you go where 50 Cent did his DNA test. The Edomite woman in that video said that that the slaves from Mongolia were dark skinned, man. Let's see, 50 Cent. Ancestry. Let's see what pops over here. Pop up. Alright. This is where you go find the original me. You gotta look at the whole documentary. Alright. So, you know, you see a lot of Jay try to say, oh, these Mongolians and this and that. As a matter of fact, the Mongolians was very dark skinned, although Asian people, they're very dark skinned. All right, where they try to compare the light skinned Gadites to some Asians. Don't know what the hell they talking about. Or they try to say the Shang dynasty came here to Mexico mixed with the so-called, but the Shang dynasty with they was Israelites themselves. All right, let's see. Jay don't know history, man. And it's demonstrated through video, other counting videos, coffin videos, man. All right. As a matter of fact, the epic iPhone. All right. See, you know, Yahweh likes diversity, man. All right. Matter of fact, the epic iPhone is not exclusive to Amin, so-called Japanese, and Moab, so-called Chinese. Let me see. Let's see, Wikipedia. Try to make this fast as possible. Alright, it said the epic canted fold. Alright. Said the epic canted fold is a skin fold upper light that couples their inner eye. Medial canter, the eye, however, variation, color, nature, feature, the possession of the partial epicanifold, slight epicanifold, noted in relevant literature, various factor influence, with a epicanifold form, including ancestry, age, and certain medical conditions. All right. See the mongoloid fluid. All right, you see a Edomite girl with slanted eyes. The higher frequency currency of epicanifolds is found in Pacific ethnicity, East Asians, Southeast Asians, Central Asians, North Asians, Polynesians, Micronesians, right? Native Americans. Y'all got no problem with it, all right? mestizos, Jakes. All right, the Conesians, Hamites, the Madagascar. You had Jakes that came from Malaysia, right? Madagascar, among South Asians. Jakes that came from there, very high frequent among Bhutanese, Northeast Indians, corrective residents, and tribes of Eastern India. All right, look at this Edomite, sweetest summit, right? Sweet, epic, slanted eyes. It said epic and fold also occur at considerably lower frequency in other populations: Europe, Scandinavia, English, Irish, Hungarians, Russian, Pole, Lithuanians, Latvia, Finn, Estonia, Samis, South Asia, Bengalis, right, Bengal, among other groups, South Asia, Nilotic, Kushites, Hamites, Amazigh people, Puntites. All right, so man, the slanted eyes, man. It's not exclusive to Esau, man. All right, you go to Hungary or Russia, you'll find these people over there, man. Like my father, I used to see in the neighborhood what people call white Russians. Well, Russian with slanted eyes, man. I used to see that guy walk every time in the early '90s, man. Growing up in Inglewood, I used to see him, man. All right. You see one in the movie Red Heat on sports that knocked that guy in the snow, man. All right, that was a Edomite with slanted eyes. All right. You see, all right. All right. So we all know that Brad also got slanted eyes, chinky eyes, so these people say. All right, so we know it's not, but right here it says, let's go in the scriptures, man. I'm trying to make this short. All right, Most High love diversity. All right, it says right here, Jeremiah 12, verse 9. Let's go to this. All right, it says, "What my heritage is unto me is a speckled bird. The birds that are round about her against a come ye assemble all the beasts of field come to devour." All right, so go to Hebrew with speckle. All right. I mean, to other nations, they got variety of different people. Israel can't have it. I mean, come on, man. You got your mind, man. As much as Yahweh love Israel, he love diversity, man. It says right here, it says, let's see. All right. Tasabawa. All right.
Strong's H, 6641. Savua.
Savua. All right, but y'all know it's Tasabawa. All right. It says color very speckled. All right, same as dyed in stripes. The hyena speckled. All right. So there you go, man. All right, so it's dope. So it's talking about Israel being dirty because of their laws, statutes, commandments. Also talking about their diverse looks, man. All right. So let's go to the diverse looks of Israel. All right. All right, let's go to right here, page 242. The book they came for Columbus, Ivan Search said the Portuguese raided for slaves on Guiana coast in 1444. For example, records when African captives or Israelites from the Southern Kingdom in the mid 15th century were exposed for sale. Locals Portugal, it was truly a thing astonishing to behold. For among there was some well not white, I mean very light skinned, and others were black as Ethiopian, very dark brown, man. All right, this is Judah, man. Let's go right here, page 146 from Babylon 10.2 by Rudolph R. Rensor. It said also Hiram Bar said the kingdom of Ghana, talking about the old Ghana, and Ganta were founded by Waka Yamaga. David said that Kayamaga was a title of kings in Ghana about 300 D by the family of whites. Ethiopians, Fube. Fube means from line. The word Ethiopians mean white Ethiopians. When European writers speak of white Asians or white Ethiopians, they are referring to black people, dark brown, who had thin faces, straight noses, and thin lips. Caucasian features are found among many Black Africa Concerning Barbarism, Travel and Discovery in North and Central Africa, Volume 3, London, Frank Cass Company, 1965, 656, man. All right, so I listen to the verse, man. All right, those thin nose, sharp noses, man. All right. Jake had this page. This is from the book. I believe it's page 42 in the book. 100 facts. 100 amazing facts about the Negroes. All right. It says right here, many Negro Moroccans, almost pure tight, had straight noses, and even in America, I had seen Afro Americans with hook noses. It's a mistake to mention all Negroes, or even pure stock, have flat noses. Some have faces that are Grecian in profile. Livingston Last Journal, Volume 1, page 144, London, 1874. All right. Israel's a speckled bird, man. Let's see what Grecian profile look like. All right. Get out of here with Brad. Get him out of there, man. All right. Let's see. Grecian profile. All right, so this would be Jakes was looking like. Remember, they still jaded melanated, but they dark skin. They had these features right here: that sharp nose, thin lips, high cheekbones. All right, and just imagine somebody just chocolate like that. The same feature, man. This was some of my people look like, man. All right, imagine this lady right here being chocolate. All right. That's what Grecian profile. What is a Grecian profile? Distinct the absent hollow between the upper ridge nose and forehead, thereby forming a straight line. All right, y'all lose diverse, man. All right. Epi Afro, no, this is Asher, right? This right here. The Mongol Kamakian in India woman, Brazil. Negro Mongolian strain still apparent, right? But just tell how people, I say Afro, Epicanic Afro, so slanted ass, it's not exclusive, man, to anybody, man. You see right here, it is Brazil. Asher, man, the bottom, they got more Negroid look. All right, it's page 7. Matter of fact, these people right here, page 36, it says the development of sugar industry created increasing labor demands in Africa began to be taken Brazil regularly in 1557, right? So this is Judah being taken there. All right, it's for the next 50. However, America continued to be a source of labor, even in the sugar industry. All right, being only gradually outnumbered by Africans and African mixed blood. So you had Judah, you also had Asher. Those mixed with Asher and Judah, whether your father go back to indigenous people of Brazil, your father bloodline, paternal bloodline, your Asher, your father paternal bloodline go back to Negroes that came to Brazil off those ships from West Africa. All right, you're Judah, man. All right, it's that simple, ain't that hard. Numbers 118, you are the seed of your father. All right, page 37 says, especially in the southern and northern part of Brazil, Sao Paulo, San Vicente, Marhua. It said interior enslavement of Americans continued. This is talking about the indigenous people of Brazil to be a major source of labor for centuries between 1630 and 1650. For example, 100,000, 200,000 Americans from Paraguay region were enslaved and sold in Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and elsewhere. In 1570, the Portuguese crown attempted to limit the slave Americans to those captured in armed combat. Those was certain pacified nations such as Americas in 1587, enslaved Brazil. Let you know who be enslaved Brazil. Americans were to be seen as free workers serving a term where it fits otherwise. In 1595, Philip II, ruler of both Spain and Portugal, prohibited enslavement itself in a war which he declared none measure eliminating native slavery. However, it increased greatly again in 1630s under conditions of labor short in Brazil. 1580, it appeared that the shipping of Americans to Portugal would have been declined significance, but we must keep in mind that the Portuguese had to have a way to pay for African slaves, talking about Judites. Also, perhaps sometimes wanted to get rid of potentially rebellious American rebellious Asherites. All right, C.R. Boston noted that as late as 1719, the Portuguese of the Pirate region were trading 3 or 4 Redskins for one Negro, Jeremiah 15:33. For one Negro from Angola in the area, America would dislike and despise Amos 1:11. All right, you saw hate our people, man. All right, it says, it is possible, therefore, that cheap Americans captured in slavery would be sent to African Portugal exchange for Africans. All right, so they fulfilling the prophecies, man. They fulfilling the prophecies in the scriptures, man. All right, let's go right here. All right, what it says. All right, it says right here, Deuteronomy 28:68. What it says right here. All right, it says Deuteronomy 28:68. It saying Yahweh shall bring thee in Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies from bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. All right, they end up on the slave ships. All right, Egypt, the double fold is talking about captivity, is also talking about America. And yes, some of the slaves from Mexico, Central America, South America brought to America too. I have their documents also to you scoffers. All right, Deuteronomy 28:64. It's saying Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou or no thy fathers had known, even wood and stone. All right. Deuteronomy 28:45-46. It said, moreover, all the curse shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandment, his statute, which he command thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, for a wonder upon thy seed of Ephes, for a sign. All right. So let you know who the children of Israel, man. These people are the Israelites, man. These people right here are the Israelites. They got diverse looks. All right, you can see it right here. All right, number 3, the Gadite woman, Hopi Indian. All right, from Field Museum. Number 5, the California Indian Gadites, man. All right, say right here, Josephine Baker celebrated dance looks more Indian than most Negroes, because she probably was a Gadite. Number 2, Willie and Floyd Maywood, Oklahoma Indian millionaires. All right, but as far as I know, it was on their maternal side, but it could be Gad. All right, cause Oklahoma numbered Judah, Reuben, and Gad, that Black Wall Street. All right, they got destroyed. All right, right here, 103 from the book of James Adair, History of American Indians. These are Cherokee. All right, Esau didn't. All right, it ain't about what color you are, man. It's about what you fit, what you curse, man. Esau didn't give a damn about color, man. This is page 209 from the book Sex and Race Volume 2. What did I show the pictures of that Gadite from California from and that Hopi, so-called Hopi Indian was a Gadite. All right, it says right here, he quotes Pittsburgh, further slavery, white or black, is right and necessary. Also, Rich inquired, while it is far more obvious that Negroes should be slaves than whites, for they are the only fit to labor, not to direct, yet the principle of slavery itself right and does not depend on difference of complexion. Of course, now that so many Negroes were in the string for white, this was the only logical argument, right, man? All that intermixed, man, in certain states. You couldn't tell the wheat from the tares, man. All right. Let's get you can't go by skin color. It's this page 208. It says right here, in 1791, William Cunningham confessed on his deathbed that in August 1774 that he had bought a number of white people kidnapped in Ireland and sold them into slavery in America. Right? Because you have to remember the original Irish were melanated, dark brown skin, with some was they were brought over here as slaves, man. And those are those that who immigrated over here, man. Moors. All right. Then you had those that were seed of those Negroid men that once ruled Ireland. It says when these Europeans arrived young, it was easy to sell them as Negroes. The more so When they were kidnapped, they had no papers, no proof of who they were. Later, as we see, white American children was kidnapped and sold in the South. It said Charles McKay, visiting English, tells us seen an Irishman who could be very well kidnapped as a child. He seen as white as myself, whom I once put down as an Irishman of the purest qualities from county court. When McKay expressed surprise at seeing just one for sale, the slave dealer told him that he's so much whiter man. And I remember these people not white, man. All right, Esau's not white. All right, and mostly these people can sell. These are Israelites, speckled birds who look like Edomites, man, because their forefathers had popped Edomite women. Then their offspring popped the Edomite woman, so on. But you already see your father, Numbers chapter 1 verse 1, Numbers chapter 1 verse 18. All right, it says that Abram's mother was colored and bade him to look at the man's hair and lips and proof of the later answer, which of course was no proof that the man that had been born in Ireland as Negroid looking Irishman may still be seen in Ireland. All right, will prove that the original Irish were dark spell, that you still had the descendants of them in Ireland, and you can just look at people and you could just see it, man. That Negro blood. There was some you can't, some you can't. All right. Now you hooping hard talking about the Cherokee had so-called Negroes in slavery. See it right here as some own people. It said the power of the Negroes in North Brazil, especially the warlike hustles, grew so great, breaking away from whites. They found republics of their own, which lasted for 50 years, of which most noted as Palmer's found in 1673. Since the reason rich in gold and diamonds produced sugar and tobacco, cotton and still later much syringa and rubber, some of the Negroes grew wealthy and powerful, having vast plantations of 100 Negro and Indian slaves. Deuteronomy 28:54. Evil eye towards his brother. They had Negro and Indian slaves, right? They was doing this before they came to America, man. This is the book, Servants of Allah. It says, and I meant to make this short, but it says anyway. It said most wars in Fujilan will launch under the pretense to expand influence of Islam. You know, I'm gonna skip down here. It's in Fujilan, as in the rest of West Africa, number of slaves kept in Mexico were put to work in the fields to grow grain, yams, and cassavas were sold to Europeans, which the food distributed to the Africans during the Middle Passage. Thus, just Israelites, all right. Thus, the demand for slaves ship OC increased. The need for domestic slaves saw a parallel increase. With this influx of captives, the Muslim population as a whole had more time to devote to studying religious affairs. Mosques and Quranics could flourish. All right, it says, I'm gonna skip down. It says, I'm gonna keep reading. All right, it said the Quran was translated into Polor. This is Fulani, the language of Fulani, in the Holy Book became more accessible. Islam grew deeper roots because trade and Muslims were forbidden. The kingdom experienced peace and security. It says right here, Abraham Suri had several sons. One of them, Abraham Rahman, was a colonel in his father's army. In January 78, at the age of 26, he was sent with a contingent of 2,000 to fight a population that had destroyed the vessels that came to the coast and had prevented the trade between the Europeans and the Futu Jalan. In a bitter twist of fate, all right, in a bitter twist of fate, it said, as Abraham would act to protect the land slave trade, he was captured by those who were fighting against the infamous commerce. Remembered his ordeal 4 years later. The Pulo Prince wrote, his captors pulled off my shoes, made me go barefoot 100 miles, and led my horse before me. They carried me to the Mandingo country on Gambia. They sold me directly with 50 others to an English ship that took me to the island Dominica. All right, Dominican Republic. After that, I was taken to New Orleans. They took me to Natchez for 4 decades. Prince, as he nicknamed his owner, planted and chopped cotton in Mississippi. Among 50 warriors who went the Middle Passage with him, one Samuel ended up living the same plantation. Futu Jalan was history of wars with active supplier of animals captives. By then, same token turned out to be unwilling provider up to the plantation. New World Muslim warriors defeated in battle. All right. All right, so there you go, man. All right, here you go right here. Captives also, let's skip this right here. The contrary slaves of Futu Jalan and the coast of Sierra Leone, where they were put to work while waiting shipping, led to numerous revolts. Captives also fled, creating Maroon Village. One major revolt took place in 1785 when Maroons allied to the Sousa defeated their former Mandingo owners and killed numerous members of the aristocracy For 10 years, the Maroons conducted raids on Mandingo village in Guyana and sold their prisoners to Europeans before they were defeated by alliance of Mandingo and Sousa. All right, so this is Jake selling Jake into slavery, man. All right, but the 12 chat chart is correct, man. All right, historically. All right, there's nothing you can do about it. Matter of fact, I got one more extra. This is the book British Honduras to Belize. Transformation of a Nation, page 25. It says in the area there's now Belize, the Mayas suffered. This is Zebulon died on the Spanish occupation. They were massacred and fled to the dense forests of central West Belize for security. The British buccaneers and pirates also attacked the Maya, and Maya's Hebrew for water. All right, water springs. All right, it said along the coast of Belize, they raided and destroyed most of the Mayan settlements along the coast. They also stole food, enslaved the Maya, and kidnapped Maya women and children. Some Mayas were even sold as slaves to the British plantation owners, settlers in Jamaica. Some were also sold to slave masters in southern states, the United States, especially North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. The region was a land suffering for non-whites, but also prosperity to settlers for Europe, right? Right down here is Jeremiah 50:33. From the early 1700s, African slaves were shipped from Jamaica to Belize to cut long wool, do other slave workers for British settlers. All right, so this is Jeremiah 50, verse 33. All right, the paragraph above, this is the Maya Indians being brought to America, Deuteronomy 28 and 68, man. All right, so the 12 tribe chart is accurate, man. All right, there's no getting around it. The so-called Native Americans are Israelites. All right. We had diverse look with our nation. Okay. Just like you had diverse looks among the heathen nations. So, I hope you're edified and shalom.